can't believe our property manager has the grass being cut again.
On Tuesday. What happened yesterday?
She starts it right when we do the podcast.
She
We've already told her. Anyways, we're going crazy.
Really going crazy.
This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 291 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
The content machine that is NAR just keeps pouring into the real word.
Doesn't ever end.
We're going to call it the real NAR. This is the real NAR.
The real NAR? No, it's like the notorious NAR.
Oh, man, I got a lot of good feedback from that
He's great.
pod. Yeah.
Oh, he's great.
He was great. That was 2 pods ago. Go back and listen to that one.
We'll have to get him back. I feel like we could have chatted a little bit more about.
I want to get him to a BAM camp. Notorious
you invited him to Vegas. I wasn't even
Notorious
invited to Vegas. I mean, when's Vegas?
You're in. I told you got to come to the next one because people want you.
Well, there's I think one person.
There's one person. It's an anonymous survey too, by the way. So
only one person. I didn't get the link. I didn't fill out the link.
You probably filled out the link. You definitely filled out the link from last.
It wasn't me, but whoever it was, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Maybe they can comment below if it was them. They can show themselves.
Let us know if you're the one that filled out the BAM camp survey that you want Nicole White at the next BAM camp. We're actually putting together all of the BAM events for next year. We've got like the whole list of industry events.
Will it be in Naples again, or you check that box off?
We'll do smaller masterminds, but we won't do a bigger event in Naples because it is the southern tip of the country. It's very difficult. A lot of people that do layovers to get there. Yeah. So it's not like...
Oh, so you're looking for a direct flight.
We're looking for more people to
probably
go
enough
direct.
hotels that aren't a fortune, because I'm sure it was pretty hard to get a hotel room
Not many
there.
hotels in Naples.
No.
So,
Yeah.
All right.
Well, now we learned.
Big news of the week is Redfin announces that it is leaving NAR, the National Association of Realtors. Okay, so there was a letter Monday morning from Redfin leadership, Glenn Kelman specifically, the CEO, announcing that they are ending the company's support for NAR for 2 reasons, Nicole. NAR's policy for requiring a fee for buyer agent commission in every compensation in every listing, and a pattern of alleged sexual harassment. Okay, so first,
a fee. Coldwell Banker does that.
Well, requiring a fee in the MLS. So you're seeing MLSs like the Northwest MLS. I'm not sure the name of it. If you know it in the comments, you can let us know. Washington. They've put it down. It used to be $1.
Yeah.
You'd have to put into this compensation. Now they put 0. So MLSs are already changing that you do not have to put compensation. This is all going to happen because of the NHS lawsuit. So it's
I think I thought it was on the listing. I thought I was talking about like the listing paperwork.
So Redfin knows that this is going to change, and NAR is going to support this change, and every MLS is going to support this change. Now, listen, if you've been listening to past pods, I'm not supportive of NAR.
No.
We'll tell you what Zillow thinks about this in a little bit. I've got some insight off of Twitter X on what Zillow's thinking, and we're going to read some of the comments in reaction to this. I'm not sticking up for NAR. I'm just saying that Redfin, like you're saying, hey, you could have made that stance for your first reason, NAR policies requiring a fee for buyer agent compensation on every listing, back in 2019 when the lawsuit started and this became a conversation.
Yep.
This is changing. So it's like you're like here in the 9th inning saying, Redfin, we're taking a stance on compensation. Okay. Now, number 2 reason is NAR's pattern of sexual harassment. Glenn Kelman, Redfin CEO, when the harassment issues came to light, that's when it came to another level. So Redfin has been all in since 2017 on NAR, but this was the straw that broke Redfin's back. Since joining NAR in 2017, Redfin has paid more than $13 million in dues in an effort to influence NAR to advocate for an open, technology-driven marketplace that would benefit consumers. This is part of the CEO, Glenn Kelman's statement. We'll now explore other ways to advance those goals. Now, the $13 million since 2017 is a drop in the bucket. Is nothing.
That's nothing.
on NAR rather.
That's maybe paying one person's volunteer position.
So they've been paying $13 million since 2017. It's only 25% of what they paid to Hava's marketing group in 2021 in 1 year.
1 year.
So this is nothing. This is a nothing burger in terms of the financial commitment that Redfin makes to NAR. Now, who's been doubling down on their financial commitment and committee support, meaning, placing people on committees?
Right.
Who's been going all in on NAR? This according to a tweet I read on Twitter X from
You couldn't find it, though. You spent most of your morning.
Spent far too long.
Far too long. Must give you a headache.
I thought I bookmarked it, and I didn't. And it's somebody I follow.
Did you see that Paris Hilton she's becoming partners with
NAR?
No, with X.
With X?
With the Twitter X thing, right?
With Elon?
Yeah.
What
They're
do you
not
mean?
partners.
What are you talking about?
She's going to be she's now the face.
Are you breaking news here?
Yes, I just heard it on the radio. I was in the car for a very long time this morning, and Paris Hilton is now going to be partnering up with Elon for Twitter.
All right, total squirrel move there from Nicole.
Sorry.
White. Paris Hilton, great businesswoman.
You were pulling up your phone. I was trying to feed the silence.
All right, so get the most out of our content at BAM by joining BAMX. You can use code REALWORD to get 10% off of BAMX today. Like our YouTube accountability group, all of our courses, live streams, and direct access to our BAM creators in our Facebook group. You also get our daily downloads from the hot sheet every single day. Join BAMX by using code REALWORD to get 10% off today. Anyways, I haven't found the tweet. If I find it, I'll send it to Haley. She can post it up on YouTube if you're watching. Can't believe our property manager has the grass being cut again.
On Tuesday. What happened yesterday?
She starts it right when we do the podcast. We've already told her. Anyways, we're going crazy.
Really going crazy here.
Zillow is the answer to the question if you've been waiting. All right. Zillow has been doubling down on their support for National Association of Realtors in the committee, financially. This isn't public facing. So I want to do a little bit more digging. Let me know in the comments if you're aware of this. But interesting that Zillow is all in on NAR while Redfin is backing out. Zillow, to my knowledge, has not made any public
I haven't heard anything.
Commentary. Realtor.com has had to make public statements.
Well, because people still think that they're very much affiliated.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't love, I heard directly sitting in the same room as the Realtor.com CEO, love his vision, love what they're actually doing at Realtor.com and some of the vision that they have for 2024. I'm actually pretty excited about their vision for them.
Well, I'm sure them giving you caviar and back massages helped too.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
I like all that too.
That's a great way to butter up. Certainly,
bring it on.
This is a non-biased opinion. I like some of the things that they're saying. I would say I didn't, despite there was no caviar, by the way. That was a joke. For
who
Tom
really
Toole.
likes caviar anyway?
Yeah. There's just $150 steaks, and I'm not joking.
Definitely some oysters.
But what I didn't like was that their stance on this NAR thing, one of the things they said was that, I don't think that the everyday agent or the everyday consumer even knows what's going on. Well, that's not a great reason for not taking a significant stance against the sexual harassment either. And all right, go back to Redfin's news. I just think Redfin is looking for here's my take on Redfin and their news.
They want to be talked about on The Real Word.
They want to be talked about in general. They want some headlines because their stock is back down. The last month, their stock is down over 27%. They're down to $6.74. Their peak in the last number of years was up almost at $100. It was just under $100. They're well off of peak stock pricing. In the race on portals, everybody's beating them. RDC, Zillow, and even Homes.com is now
Homes beat Realtor, it sounded like,
Homes
too.
beat Realtor.
Yeah.
They're beating Redfin. Redfin is a discount brokerage. Even in this market, discount brokerages aren't getting market share across the board.
Yeah.
And so Redfin looking for some easy juice there, and they're getting it for
sure. Well, the problem here is that, again, much like the state of Connecticut, you have to be part of NAR in order to have access to MLS. So they can't even allow all of their agents to pull out. It's only certain markets are they able to really truly pull pull their agents out.
The full story, which you can find on nowbam.com, Redfin is saying to most of their agents, hey, pull out. And I'm assuming you're right. It's the ones
right here,
that
she said, in many major U.S. cities, including Houston, Las Vegas, Nashville, and Phoenix, Redfin agents will need to remain NAR members in order to gain access. In other markets where the MLS is still accessible without NAR, it sounds like Seattle, Boston, and New York City.
Glenn Kelman always wants to be seen as somebody who's, making the popular decision.
They're saying $1 million. Kelman say that this move will amount to a loss of about $1 million annually for NAR. I mean,
yeah, they're not going to miss that.
No.
Here's some of the comments on at NowBam on Instagram. Dumb blonde realtor. This is her.
Ruh-roh.
This is her handle. I'm not calling her.
What is she? They drive like a white Audi too?
She has 69 likes.
Ruh-roh.
Her name, that's her name.
Oh, that's her name.
Yeah,
Dumb
I'm not
blonde
saying,
realtor.
This is her
I thought they were calling people.
No, this is her at.
She is.
This is her comment.
So
she
fun.
got 69 likes at Dumb Blonde Realtor. You mean to tell me discount broker doesn't see the value in offering a buyer's agent any commission? So a little ha-ha there. Jordan Landell, with home affordability at an all-time low. By the way, that's true. If October rates stay the same, October will set the record for all-time low for affordability, breaking the record of September. September broke the record of August. So the last 3 months are the worst for home affordability with where prices and rates are at. Mm-hmm. With home affordability at all-time low, I'm not sure having buyers shell out 3% of the purchase price to the representative agent is going to work in this environment. So he's saying that, he's there with Redfin, like, okay, we don't want. Oh no! What he's saying is he doesn't think buyers are going to be able to afford that. Okay, so he's going against the Redfin stance there a little bit. Now, that's a whole nother topic, but I think you're going to see what Redfin's saying is you should have the ability to offer a 0 in the MLS. That should be the case. You should be able to offer whatever the hell you want,
right? As
the seller making the decision. Now, what's going to happen is most sellers are going to make the decision of supporting buyer agency,
of course.
I think that's what's going to end up happening long term. But all right.
Well, they'll I think very soon understand the benefit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think right now people don't understand the benefit of it.
Here's an interesting comment. Blair Ballin Realtor, good for them, but didn't they also recently partner with Zillow, which they did do some collaboration with Zillow for the first time recently, and Zillow has been a big supporter of NAR. So that's an interesting comment. Mm-hmm. That's not a relevant comment here. Zillow and Redfin partner detached from NAR, protection for realtors, and rally realtors behind the move. It's obvious what they're trying to do. Jason Haber said, come join us at the NAR Accountability Project, where the fight to bring immediate change to NAR continues.
He wants their $1 million.
He wants the milli. Wesley Crombell here in Connecticut. Mm-hmm. If you look up the definition of POS, you'll see a picture of NAR.
Wow.
Next to Inman News. Well, I'm not saying that that's us validating that. He's got a lot of likes on it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's one comment here.
Is POS even in the dictionary?
Yeah, you'd have to fill in the blank there. So there's some of the comments. There's a whole bunch of comments on this one. A lot of reactions to that. I like it. Okay. Nicole.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on it?
No, I feel good about it.
You feel good about it? Yeah. Love to know your thoughts in the comments. I think you may see some more independent brokerages do this stance.
Of course. Again, I think as long as they're able to. Like where this is sort of like news, no news, is that like, all right, we're pulling out, but like, oh, but we can't. I mean, you heard the cities are huge cities that can't pull out. So it's like, it's news, not news. I call it a racket, but
I think it's a racket. It's a PR stunt.
Yeah.
Mantle Williams, spokesperson for NAR, told Times that NAR respects Redfin's decision. So not really much commentary from NAR. NAR stands by its pro-consumer, pro-competitive guidance for affiliated local broker marketplaces, insurance, equity, efficiency, transparency. NAR can't really say much about it because what they do in most states to require people to be part of them through the local boards is a tie-in agreement. That in of itself, we talked about that with Notorious ROB, is by definition illegal. It's never really been called to the carpet. That's the one. A lot of brokers and agents don't have the choice right now.
No
Just
choice.
like Sellers should have the choice if they want to offer buyer comp. Agents and brokers should have this choice, and they don't right now.
Nope.
Redfin's making the choice in the areas that they can, not going to make a huge impact. Not that Redfin, by the way, is making a huge impact.
Well, but they're having, I mean, obviously right now we're all talking about it.
Yeah,
so, I
there you
mean,
go.
if anything, there's a conversation being had and people are making decisions based on, the last few weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love to see you in BAMX. It's where you get the most out of our BAM content. Use code REALWORD to get into BAMX. We'll see you guys in the next pod.
See you guys.
Keep it real.